And then I prove everybody wrong. That's what I'm going to do again. What are you saying? Like, one of the dream fights I want to see is White House, myself.
She could start asserting some dominance on this round, in my opinion. Oh, Bill! Big ass! Bishop's in bed! Stop! And Liz Carmouche pounds out a world tournament victory!
Liz Carmouche has just sent shockwaves through the MMA world with her latest announcement. Not only is she making a comeback, but she's also targeting the undefeated Golden Girl of the PFL, Dakota Dicha. In her own words, absolutely brutal. I'll break Dakota's hype. My next target is Dakota. I'll kill you. Dakota Dicha. I'm a killer monster. And this is your last warning. This is arguably the most savage call-out of Dakota Dicha's career. Liz Carmouche is far from a random name in the division. She's a pioneer, a veteran, and one of the most battle-tested fighters in women's MMA history. On August 15th, 2025, Carmouche won the PFL Women's Flyweight Tournament, brutally finishing Gina Bishop via KO/TKO in the third round. That victory didn't just add another highlight to her resume. It set the stage for her next target, Dakota Dicha. With a professional MMA record of 25 wins and 8 losses, Carmouche has faced everyone, beaten legends, and survived countless wars. Now, at 41 years old, she still calls herself a killer monster, and she's not wrong. Meanwhile, on the other side, there's Dakota Dicha, undefeated, 15-0, the face of the PFL and Dana White's newest obsession. She's young, marketable, and dangerous, with 12 knockouts, 1 submission, and 2 decision wins. Fans call her the Barbie Assassin, not just for her looks, but because she's finishing women left and right. Hailed as the next Amanda Nunes and a fighter who could carry women's MMA into a new era. Her hype is now directly threatened by the savage veteran Liz Carmouche. And Carmouche isn't playing nice. She's not asking for a fight. She's threatening Dakota outright. I'll break your hype. I'll kill you, Dakota. I'm a killer monster. That's not promotion. That's war. Forcing the MMA world to ask a harsh question. Can Dakota Dicha really handle a seasoned veteran like Carmouche? Or is the PFL protecting her, feeding her easy fights to maintain that perfect record? If this fight happens, it's not just about rankings. It's about legacy. On one side, Liz Carmouche, 25-8, still savage at 41, still fighting like a monster, now on a mission to destroy the hype train. On the other, Dakota Dicha, the undefeated Barbie Assassin. The marketing darling Dana White has already hinted at bringing to the UFC. This isn't just veteran versus prospect. It's old school versus new school, grit and scars versus shine and hype, leaving fans divided. Some say Carmouche is bitter, desperate to stay relevant. Others say she's the one fighter tough enough to expose Dakota. Dana White has already called Dakota the future women's MMA. But if Carmouche wrecks the PFL's Golden Girl before Dana can bring her to UFC, the fallout would be massive. So, the million-dollar question: will Liz Carmouche break Dakota Dicha's hype, humble her, and expose the 15-0 Barbie Assassin? Or will Dakota prove the haters wrong, crush a legend like Carmouche, and continue her undefeated march straight into superstardom? Carmouche calls herself a killer monster. Dakota Dicha calls herself the future. But only one can be right. If these two step into the cage, it could become one of the bloodiest, most controversial fights in women's MMA history. Who wins? The undefeated Barbie Assassin, or the savage veteran who refuses to die, Liz Carmouche?
When I will see the hole, I will use this to finish as soon as I can.
Oh, she ain't down. Yeah, it's bad. Oh, head kick. And Valentina is going to beat her up.
Yeah, it looks like she opened her up with one of those elbows.
Big Dan is looking closely. As it should be. That's it.
Shevchenko just dropped a nuclear bombshell on Dakota Diva, brutal, cold, and savage, declaring, "I'm a monster. That's your last fight." This isn't hype or playful trash talk. This is war. The Queen of Violence has officially answered Dakota Diva's call-out. and the MMA world is left.
Dicha makes the playoffs for the win of any kind.
Those knees are brutal. Oh, now it's combination.
And the body work. Dakota Dicha with a quick set.
Okay.
And clinches the #1 seed. Class work again.
Dakota Diva, the undefeated violent Cinderella, has been tearing to the PFL with 10 brutal finishes. Knees like Anderson Silva, knockout power like Amanda Nunes, and the cold killer instinct of Chris Cyborg. But then she made the boldest move of her career, calling out Valentina Shevchenko, the most dangerous woman in UFC history. And Valentina didn't hold back. The bullet fired straight shots, saying, "I'm a monster. I'll end you. When I see the hole, I'll finish it as soon as I can. That's your last fight. I'll end your era." This isn't a call-out. This is a death sentence in MMA language. The MMA world shook to its core. On one side, Valentina, a two-time UFC flyweight champion, the woman who went toe-to-toe with Amanda Nunes, a sniper with 20-plus MMA wins, Muay Thai world titles, and the scariest fight IQ in the sport. On the other, Dakota, just 27 years old, undefeated, PFL's golden child, the supposed future of women's MMA. This isn't just a fight. It's the ultimate clash of eras. Valentina, the last queen of UFC dominance, versus Dakota, the nightmare of a new generation. If Dakota beats Valentina, she becomes a legend killer and walks into UFC as the face of women's MMA. But if Valentina ends Dakota's streak, she destroys the hype train, silences the future, and reminds the world that she's still the most dangerous striker alive. The stakes are bigger than belts or rankings. This is about legacy and survival. And when Valentina Shevchenko says, "I'll end your era," you better believe she means it.
When I will see the hole, I will use this to finish as soon
So
as I
here's the
can.
question. Will Dakota Dicha survive the bullet, or will Valentina Shevchenko shatter the hype and bury her career before it ever reaches UFC gold? One thing is undeniable. Valentina just dropped __bombshell, and the fight game will never
For
be the
me,
same.
this is a big opportunity, you know, because she is very hype. She is in PFL from long time than me, so defeat her for me. I think she is a good fighter, of course, and she's a good striker. All things okay, but I told you, no, maybe she thinks that I'm like her opponent, so maybe they has afraid from her, but I'm like an animal, you know, so doesn't matter who I have in front of me. I can wait to step in the cage and fight, and I'm ready, and I can wait to show you who is the real warrior, and just this.
But yeah, she got a bye in the second round, which I would have liked to see in a fight then. But it is what it is, you know. I'm prepared. I've trained hard, and I'm just going to go in and do what I always do. You know, I never fixate too much on what my opponent's doing. You know, they can change each fight. Like me, my fight, first round was completely different to my third, so you never know.
Manchester's undefeated star Dakota Diva didn't just win a belt. She destroyed Valentina Shevchenko inside one round. A vicious barrage of Anderson Silva. Style knees left Shevchenko's face swollen shut, forcing the doctors to stop the fight. In Shevchenko's own words, "Dakota Diva ended my career." This wasn't just a TKO, it was a statement. With 9 finishes in her first 10 fights, a $100,000 paycheck, and a reputation that has UFC fans screaming for Dana White to sign her before she cleans out every woman in the PFL. Dakota Diva has arrived as the most dangerous new force in women's MMA.
Anything, give me whoever you want, get me to fight wherever you want, I'll stay in your area.
Dakota Diva grabbed the mic and sent a terrifying message. "Bring me anyone. I'll stay in Europe. I'll go to America. I'll clean them all out." That wasn't just confidence. It was a threat to every fighter in the UFC flyweight and bantamweight divisions. Dana White might have thought Amanda Nunes' retirement left those divisions safe. Think again. Dicha has the finishing power of Nunes, the Muay Thai of Anderson Silva, and the cold killer instinct of Chris Cyborg. Here's where it gets controversial. Numbers don't lie. Amanda Nunes had 6 stoppages in her first 9 fights. Chris Cyborg had 6 as well, and Dakota Dicha already has 7 knockouts in 9 fights. She's not just on par with the greatest women in MMA history. She's ahead of them, and she's only 25. The question is no longer whether Dakota will dominate. It's who will be left alive to stop her. And don't forget the business side. With the PFL buying Bellator, Don Davis is already eyeing a PFL versus UFC war, and his weapon of choice is Dakota Diva. Imagine Dakota versus Valentina Shevchenko. Imagine Dakota versus Erin Blanchfield. Hell, imagine Dakota walking into UFC and taking Alexa Grasso's belt on day 1. Dana White, you better pay attention, because Don Davis just sent a crystal clear message. Dakota Diva is coming to tear up your divisions. Valentina Shevchenko's era could be over. Amanda Nunes' throne could be vacant. Dana White's divisions are under siege. Dakota Diva isn't just a future. She's a UFC's worst nightmare. After Dublin, the entire MMA world knows it. This is only the beginning. And Dakota is coming.
Well, it's really gone behind your teammate, Dakota Dicha. First off, what do you think of her performances so far this year?
Oh, she's a killer. She's a killer. She's the future of MMA, and I think that she's only getting better. She's young, she's hungry, she's disciplined, she's motivated. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
Not in the UFC yet, but look at Dakota Dicha. She is a scary striker, and she is an amazing athlete, right? But her mom was Muay Thai world champion. So.
Molly Meatball Man, a fighter who's been inside the UFC cage, just said Dakota can do everything Valentina Shevchenko's done, and maybe even more. That's right, Valentina. The queen of violence might finally meet her executioner. Let's be real, Dakota Dicha didn't just show up. She came in and took over. In 2024, she smoked former UFC title challenger Tyler Santos to claim the PFL Women's Flyweight World Championship. The same Santos who nearly dethroned Valentina Shevchenko. Dakota ran through her like she was nothing. Molly McCann didn't hold back. She said she can do everything Valentina's done. She was UFC ready before she was even in the PFL. That's not hype. That's a veteran telling the world that Dakota is already past the UFC level. Molly even admitted she tried to knock doors down for UK women's MMA. But it's Dakota's job now to smash those doors down and bury everyone inside the UFC. Dana White, this is the future, and she's coming for you. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our fight family today. Collision, don't forget to like, comment, and share so more fans can catch the heat of these MMA wars. Bell turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update when the next bombshell drops. Every click keeps us growing and bringing you the most savage stories from the fight game. Raising hands support the grind, because this channel is only getting bigger and louder.